My name is Hassan. I am 39 years old, and I work as a civil engineer. For as long as I can remember, my entire life was devoted to serving Allah with complete dedication. I memorized the Quran when I was just 10 years old. From the age of 12, I fasted every single Ramadan without fail. I prayed 5 times a day, every day, never missing a prayer, no matter what. Islam was not just my religion. It was who I was. It was my identity, my purpose, the very air I breathed. I didn't just practice Islam, I lived it. I grew up in a small town in northern Iraq, where my father was a well-known and respected religious leader. From a young age, he taught me that every action matters. Every word, every lie, every mistake, every sin would be weighed on the day of judgment. Nothing would be forgotten. Because of this, I lived my life in constant fear that I was never good enough for Allah. So I tried harder. I worked endlessly to collect good deeds. I helped the poor whenever I could. On weekends, I taught children at the mosque, guiding them in faith and discipline. As an engineer, I designed community centers for poor neighborhoods and refused to take any payment. I believed that every good action brought me closer to paradise. Yet, despite all of this, something deep inside me was never at peace. There was a quiet unrest in my heart. A question I was too afraid to speak out loud. If Allah is truly merciful, why am I so afraid of Him? This question followed me during silent nights and lonely prayers. I tried to bury that doubt with more prayers, more fasting, and more effort. I told myself that if I pushed harder, peace would finally come. Then, in 2016, everything changed. The Islamic State began moving through our region like a dark and violent storm. They came with black flags and loud promises of a pure caliphate. Their message was simple and terrifying: join us or die. I watched my neighbor, a high school chemistry teacher, dragged into the street. They beheaded him because he refused to send his 14-year-old son to fight. His blood soaked the sidewalk and stayed there for weeks. No one dared to clean it. One Tuesday afternoon, they came to my engineering office. 4 armed men entered, their faces covered, their eyes cold and empty. Their leader, a tall man with a deep scar across his cheek, raised an AK-47 and pointed it directly at my head. He told me I had 2 choices. I could use my engineering skills to build tunnels and fortifications for their fighters, or I could die as a traitor to Islam. I told him the truth. I said I designed schools and hospitals, not weapons or military structures. He laughed and said concrete is concrete, measurements are measurements. He said I could learn. I refused. Not because I was brave, but because I had principles. These men claimed to kill in Allah's name, but I did not see Allah in them. I saw hunger for power and love for violence. My wife, Amina, begged me to rethink my decision. We had 2 daughters, 9-year-old twins named Rania and Layla. Amina held my hand, tears running down her face. Think about the girls, she said. Think about me. Please, choose to live. But something deep inside me could not accept helping these men. If I did, I would be helping them destroy families, fathers, mothers, children just like mine. 4 days later, they returned. It was a Friday, our holy day. I had just finished the noon prayer. Amina was baking bread, and the warm smell filled our home. My daughters were outside, kicking around an old soccer ball and laughing. I heard the vehicles before I saw them. Heavy engines. Tires ripping through dry soil. My heart sank. I knew it was them. This time, there were 7 men. The same leader with the scar stood in front. He didn't say a word. He only nodded. 3 men grabbed me and dragged me outside. Amina screamed and tried to pull me back, but one of them shoved her hard. She fell to the ground. My daughters began to cry. Rania, the braver twin, ran toward me and wrapped her arms around my leg. "Baba, don't go. Baba, stay with us." One of the men kicked her away like she was nothing. She rolled in the dirt, crying in pain. Something broke inside me at that moment. It wasn't fear. It was rage, pure, burning rage. I shouted at them, "You call yourselves servants of Allah, yet you hurt children. You terrorize innocent families. You don't serve God. You serve the devil." The leader smiled calmly. "This is your last chance, builder. Join us, or meet your judgment." They forced me to my knees in the middle of the street. The ground was hot beneath me. The sun burned overhead. Neighbors watched silently from their windows, too afraid to help. I don't blame them. They would have been killed too. The leader walked around me slowly, like a predator. He mocked me, saying I thought I was better than them, that I didn't understand true Islam. I prayed with everything I had left. "Allah, if you are real, if you are just, protect my family. I don't care what happens to me. Please protect Amina and my daughters. Let them live." Those were my final words before everything changed. The first bullet hit my left shoulder. The pain was explosive, like fire tearing through me. I screamed and fell forward, pressing my hand into the dirt as blood poured down my arm. The second shot struck my ribs and pierced my lung. I heard air escaping from my chest. Breathing became unbearable. The third shot hit my abdomen. I felt something rip inside me. Blood filled my body. A metallic taste filled my mouth. The fourth shattered my thigh. The pain was so intense it almost erased everything else. I collapsed face down into the dirt. Gasping. Choking. Then another shot to my back. I lost all feeling in my legs. Another shot to the chest. My heart struggled, skipping beats, slowing down. I heard Amina screaming, a sound full of pure agony. My daughters cried out, calling me Baba. I tried to answer, but I couldn't breathe. More shots followed. My lungs failed. I drowned in my own blood. Eventually, pain faded into numbness. I knew I was dying. I felt my life draining into the earth. They kept shooting even after I stopped moving, making sure I was dead. Then everything went black. No sound. No pain. Nothing. But the darkness didn't last. Suddenly, I was aware again, not of my body, but of myself. I was separated. Watching. I saw my body lying there, surrounded by blood. Amina ran to me, screaming my name. My daughters held my hands and cried. That was me. But also, not me anymore. I tried to speak to them. To tell them I was still there. But I had no voice. The men were already leaving, driving away in a cloud of dust, while my family cried over my lifeless body. And I hovered above it all, silent, weightless, and changed forever. Before we begin, please note that this testimony contains descriptions of violence and death. Viewer discretion is advised. If stories like this matter to you, don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you won't miss the next testimony. But it was already too late. I was dead. Clinically dead. 17 gunshots. Too much blood lost. My vital organs were destroyed beyond repair. There was no way back to life. Then I felt something strange. A force. It wasn't physical. It felt magnetic, powerful, undeniable. Something was pulling me away. Not upward. Not downward. Just away. Away from everything I knew. Away into another dimension. Another place. The scene below me began to shrink. My family. My home. My town. Everything grew smaller and smaller until it completely disappeared. Then darkness surrounded me. But this was not normal darkness. It was thicker. Heavier. More complete. An absolute void. There was nothing there. No light. No sound. No sense of time. No space. Nothing at all. Only my consciousness, suspended in endless nothingness. Fear started to rise inside me. Where am I? What is this place? Is this death? Is this what comes after life? I tried to pray. Allahu Akbar. There is no God but Allah. But the words felt empty. They carried no power here. They echoed in my mind and faded away. There was no answer. No presence. Just me and the void. Panic took over. Is this my punishment? Did my sins outweigh my good deeds? Did I fail the test? Has Allah abandoned me? I don't know how long I stayed in that darkness. Time didn't exist there. It could have been seconds. It could have been centuries. Just endless awareness in nothing. Then, suddenly, something changed. A light appeared. At first, it was tiny, like a distant star. But it kept growing. It wasn't coming toward me. It felt like I was being pulled toward it, or maybe both were happening at once. The darkness slowly began to fade. The terror inside me weakened. The light grew brighter. Warmer. It didn't burn. It comforted. As I got closer, I realized it wasn't just light. It had form. It had presence. Someone was there. Standing within the light, or perhaps being the light itself. It's hard to explain. A human shape, but radiant. Shining from within. He wore white, but not cloth. It looked like pure light woven together. As I moved closer, I could see his face. Kind beyond words. Eyes that saw straight through me. Into me. He knew every thought I ever had. Every memory. Every secret I hid. Then I noticed his hands. He stretched them toward me, palms open. There were deep scars. Round wounds that went all the way through his hands. I saw scars on his feet too. And another wound on the side of his body. Old wounds. Permanent marks. Who is this man? Why is he wounded? Why is he here? His presence radiated something I had never felt before. It wasn't just peace. It was love. Pure love. Unconditional love. Complete love. Love that asked nothing from me. Love that knew every flaw I had, and still accepted me fully. I had never experienced anything like it. Not from my parents. Not from my wife. Not even in my deepest prayers. This love was different. It was perfect. Then he spoke. Not with sound, but directly into my consciousness. His voice was gentle, yet powerful. Like distant thunder and a close whisper at the same time. Hassan, I know you. I have always known you. My heart leapt. He knows my name. How does he know my name? Who are you? My question formed as a thought, not spoken words. I am Jesus, he said. I am the way, the truth, and the life. Shock rushed through my entire being. No. This can't be real. Muslims don't believe you are God. You are only a prophet. Isa. A messenger of Allah. Not the Son of God. Never the Son of God. Never crucified. Never resurrected. My mind fought against what I was seeing. He didn't argue. He simply smiled, with endless patience, like someone who had heard these objections countless times. I know what you were taught, Hassan. I know what you believed your whole life. But now I will show you the truth. He reached out his hand. The scars terrified me, and drew me in at the same time. Why do you have these wounds? Why are you marked like this? These are the marks of love, he said. I died for you, Hassan. I was overwhelmed. You died for me. But I'm Muslim. I never believed in you. I spent my whole life denying that you are God. Why would you die for someone who rejected you? Because true love does not wait to be deserved. Then everything changed again. Suddenly, I was seeing my life. Not like memories from far away, but like I was living every moment again. From birth to death. Perfect clarity. At 6 years old, asking my father why Allah would create bad people if he is good. My father scolding me. Do not question Allah. But Jesus whispered, that question came from me. I placed it in your heart so you would seek truth. At 13, watching a woman being publicly whipped for not covering her face properly. Feeling disgusted. Feeling sick inside. But staying silent. Your heart broke because my heart was in you, he said. At 22, designing a children's hospital and refusing payment. Your compassion came from me, he said. You were made in my image. Every act of kindness. Every time I chose mercy instead of judgment. Every moment I questioned violence done in God's name. He showed me that he had been present in all of it. You always had me within you, Hassan. Every good impulse. Every loving thought. Every desire for justice. I was there, calling you, guiding you, waiting for you to recognize me. But I protested. I prayed 5 times a day. I fasted. I followed the rituals. How can you say you were there? He nodded gently. Those practices had beauty, he said. But they cannot save you. Then he showed me something else. A massive scale. On one side were all my good deeds, prayers, fasting, charity, kindness, free engineering work. On the other side were my sins, lies, anger, pride, judgment. The side with my sins sank lower. Much lower. You spent your life trying to earn paradise, he said. But it would never be enough. Sin is too heavy. Good works are too light. Despair crushed me. So I'm condemned. There's no hope. Then Jesus stepped forward. He stepped onto the side of my good works. His weight. His sacrifice. His blood. His righteousness. The scale flipped instantly. Completely. Not by your works, Hassan. By my grace. Not by your effort, but by my love. This was the good news they never told you. I wept. Though I had no physical body to cry. How is this possible? Why would you do this? Because I love you, he said. Simply because I love you. I loved you before you were born. I will love you forever. Nothing can separate you from this love. But I still questioned. The Quran says you were never crucified. That Allah replaced you. How can I trust you? He held out his hands again. I stand before you with the scars. You see the proof. I died. I rose. I am alive. My death and resurrection defeated sin and death. Your eternal life is guaranteed through me. Then he showed me the difference clearly. Islam earns salvation through works and submission. Never knowing if it is enough. Living in fear of Judgment Day. Christianity receives salvation through faith in what I have already finished. Complete certainty of eternal life the moment you believe. Live in love. Live in a relationship with your Heavenly Father. Then he asked me, which of these sounds like the God who is love? That question pierced straight into my heart. Look inside yourself right now, he said. Do you want a religion of fear, or a relationship built on love? I didn't need to answer out loud. My entire life had been shaped by fear. Fear of never being good enough. Fear of disappointing Allah. Fear of hell. Fear of judgment. Everything I did was driven by fear. But the man standing before me offered something I had never known. Love without fear. Acceptance without conditions. Certainty instead of endless doubt. Then he showed me two paths. The first was to stay with him forever, in paradise. I saw beauty beyond anything I could imagine. No pain. No death. No tears. No fear at all. Only perfect peace. Eternal love. Complete joy. Everything I had searched for my whole life through prayers and fasting was right there. The second path was to return to my body. Back to earth. Back to pain. Back to suffering. Back to a broken and violent world. I begged him, I want to stay here. Please let me stay. This peace, this love. I don't ever want to lose this. He looked at me with deep compassion. I know, he said. But there is a reason I am giving you this choice. If you go back, your life will be very hard. Your family will reject you. Your community will call you a traitor. You will lose everything you know. You will be hunted again. You will suffer even more. I was confused. Then why would I go back? Why would I leave this place? Why would I choose suffering instead of peace? Because millions of Muslims are searching for God through fear, he said, never knowing my love. They work for a salvation they can never earn. They need someone to tell them there is another way. You died a Muslim, he continued. You will return as my follower. Your 17 scars will be proof of my resurrection power. You will be a bridge between two worlds. I protested. I'm just an engineer. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a religious leader. How can I do this? He answered gently, I don't need preachers. I need witnesses. You have lived both sides. Islam under law, and my grace in freedom. Who better to show the difference? Fear rose inside me again. What if they kill me again? What if I fail? I will be with you always, he said. Until the end of time. When you are weak, I will be strong. My grace is enough. I will be in every word you speak, every step you take, every breath you breathe. You will never be alone again. I admitted the truth. But I'm afraid. I'm so afraid. I know, he replied. But perfect love drives out all fear. And my love for you is perfect. Then he embraced me. Warmth rushed through my entire being. Love so powerful I felt like I might dissolve into it. You are mine now, Hassan. Forever. Nothing can take you from my hands. Not death. Not persecution. Not doubt. Not fear. I have written your name in the book of life. You are no longer a slave to religion. You are my son. My friend. My ambassador. I don't want to leave you, I said. You're not leaving me, he replied. I'm going with you. Every breath. Every thought. Every moment. I'll be there. You'll never be alone again. Go and tell the world. Tell the Muslims. Tell everyone who will listen. My love has no limits. My grace has no end. My salvation is a free gift. Then the light began to fade. No, not yet, I cried. I'm not ready. You are ready, he said. Trust me. Darkness returned, but it was different now. Not a terrifying void. It felt like a tunnel pulling me back, like being dragged by a powerful current. Faster. Faster. His voice stayed with me even in the darkness. Be strong and courageous. I am with you. Then impact. Like slamming into a concrete wall at full speed. Air rushed violently into lungs that shouldn't have worked. Pain exploded everywhere at once. All 17 bullet wounds burned at the same time. Fire raced through my body. My back arched uncontrollably. My throat tore in a silent scream. Blood filled my mouth again. My eyes opened. Blinding sunlight. Blue sky above. Faces around me, blurred. Someone was screaming. Amina. My wife was holding my face in her hands, her eyes wide with shock. Hassan. Hassan. You're alive. You were dead. Your heart stopped. You were cold. How is this possible? I tried to speak, but only blood came out. I coughed violently. Every cough was torture. Hands held me. Voices shouted. Call for help. He came back. He resurrected. It's a miracle. My daughters were crying. Baba is alive. Baba came back. They shouted, Allah brought him back. I wanted to correct them. It wasn't Allah. It was Jesus. But I had no strength to speak. A neighbor checked my pulse. There's a heartbeat. Weak, but it's there. How? Someone said. He was dead for more than 48 minutes. No pulse. No breathing. This makes no medical sense. Paramedics arrived, maybe 20 minutes later, maybe an hour. Time didn't feel real. They examined me quickly. Shock covered their faces. 17 bullet wounds. Both lungs punctured. Liver damaged. Intestines torn. How is he still breathing? There's no medical explanation. We need to move him now. They placed me on a stretcher. Every movement was agony. Amina held my hand. Please don't leave me again. Please don't die again. I squeezed her hand weakly. She felt it. The ambulance bounced over every pothole, multiplying the pain. A paramedic worked desperately, starting 4 lines, trying to control the bleeding, whispering to himself. This is impossible. Blood pressure shouldn't exist. He should have been dead long ago. I wanted to tell him, I was dead. Jesus sent me back. But the words wouldn't come. The hospital was chaos. Doctors shouted orders. Nurses ran everywhere. They rushed me onto an operating table. Bright lights above. Masked faces surrounding me. The chief surgeon examined the wounds. His face said everything. This man should not be alive. Start surgery immediately. No time to waste. Anesthesia pulled me into darkness again, but this time, there was no fear. I knew Jesus was with me. Even unconscious. Even between life and death. Surgery lasted 14 hours, I learned later. They removed 10 bullets. 7 remained lodged near critical areas. They repaired organs. Stitched torn tissue. Drained massive amounts of blood. Afterward, the surgeon told Amina, I have no medical explanation for his survival. Blood loss alone should have killed him. Time without heartbeat should have caused brain damage. But his brain is normal. His vital signs are stable. It's as if something beyond medicine kept him alive. I woke up 4 days later. Tubes everywhere. Constant pain, controlled by medication. Amina was asleep in a chair beside me. My daughters were in her arms. I moved my hand slightly. She woke instantly. Hassan. You're awake. Thank Allah, she cried. He saved you. He performed a miracle. I shook my head gently. Not Allah, I whispered. Jesus. She froze. Confusion filled her face. What did you say? Are you confused? Jesus, I said again. He brought me back. I spoke with him. He showed me the truth. She glanced around nervously. You're delirious, she said softly. The medication is affecting your mind. Rest. But I knew the truth. And soon, everyone else would know it too. Thank you for listening to this testimony. If this story moved you, please like this video and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep the discussion honest, respectful, and open so we can learn from one another. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you won't miss the next testimony.